Our next speaker is and recipient is Greg Scott from the City of Richmond. He's the Director of Project Development Facility Management. And I first met Greg a number of years ago when he worked for the City of White Rock, where he did one of the first LEED Gold buildings in British Columbia, the City of White Rock Works Yard. And can I say that you cut your teeth on that project and then you decided to go really big with the Olympic Oval. And Greg was the major project manager, and he's here today to represent the City of Richmond. And any of you have seen the Richmond Oval, it's a tremendous facility that to take that to LEED Silver that's achieved is very difficult because it's essentially a big hall with an ice surface that is not as easy to achieve than if you do an office building. So please come up to the stage and receive the award, Greg.
It's like a homecoming. So I've got Thomas on one side that was involved in his previous life in regional government. And then I've got the other fellow on my other side that was involved in that project that Thomas spoke about earlier. If it wasn't for our other partner, the province, that helped provide the capital funds in terms of incentives for that particular project. Because at that time in the early 2000s, sustainability needed a little bit of push and a little bit of help with regards to, photovoltaics. What is that? We don't really want to fund that type of thing. We want to fund something that's quick and a little bit less expensive. But today, all that's paying off because those operating costs have gone down. Local government has extra capital now to reinvest in other infrastructure or in providing other services. And then if it wasn't for our friends further over there at BC Hydro, especially with the City of Richmond, in providing all our incentive programs and all our lighting retrofits, and I think it's a great partnership with the City of Richmond and BC Hydro. And then just recently, 2004, we got involved with the Olympics. The City of Richmond was given the opportunity to build the oval, we call now the Richmond Olympic Oval. And we sat down in a little room, I remember, and talked about, okay, what sustainability strategies do we want to move forward with regards to the games? And we had this, well, I'll talk in metric, 33,000 square meter facility, and that doesn't include the parking structure at the time. And it's basically a big ice box, and we have to make that sustainable. So hats off to our consultant team to pull their little tricks out of their bag and move us forward on that front as well. And then speaking engagements, we've spoken with the City of Vancouver and the resort municipality, actually the mayor at the table. So it's all about partnerships and bringing focus on the subject. And on behalf of the mayor, I'm quite excited, as you can tell. My mayor wasn't able to attend, and I was asked to come up, and I said, great, what's the lineup? And then I find out what the lineup is. And I'm very happy that the mayor is right now standing out with 20,000 other people. Mind you, it is sunshine, with the Olympic torch arriving at the Richmond celebration site, the Ozone, at this very moment. So I'm going to speak a little bit on behalf of council, which is very dangerous for a staff person to do. But nevertheless, energy management is certainly a big focus of their agenda. Along with setting quite some time ago the sustainability objective on facilities. Their specific facilities, ensuring that they meet their silver targets in terms of certification was something that they put in place in policy quite a few years ago. Now that I hear Vancouver is going to gold, I'll be talking to council quite quickly here, because we always like to go first with the last project I was involved with, so I'm looking forward to pushing this one forward. Official community plan, our town center, as you know it, is going under a complete remake, and we involved some policies and bylaws to push that sustainability objective with the reconstruction of our downtown core. And of course, not only do we want to build an incredible, which you all will witness when you go into the Richmond Olympic Oval for an Olympic event in a venue, but we also want to be very cognizant of its legacy use. So we really built, and sometimes VANOC has to close their ears, we built for legacy first and Olympic second, but it will be a fantastic venue for the games. Again, local energy utilities is really becoming on the top of our agenda at Council. And I'm not sure how much more time I've got before I get the, but I'll tell you a quick commitment story, and it's a segue between an Olympic athlete. When we opened up the oval and put ice in, all the Canadian athletes that jumped on the ice, and there was this one athlete that continued to warm up on the side, and I went over to him and I said, "Jeremy, why don't you want to be one of the first ones on the ice?" He says, "Greg, don't worry, I'll get there. They're busy, haven't done their warm-up properly. I want to make sure I'm good and warmed up before I go on the ice." And in this scenario, to commitment to his sport and making sure that he is well prepared to going on the ice is the same thing that our council is committed to with regards to sustainability practices. We're committed to making sure that every civic building and the goals and the objectives that they've set out are the same goals and objectives of our Canadian team, winning gold. So with all of that said, let's tread lightly on the environment and the earth. We only have one of them. Thank you very much.
And the last speaker we'd like to congratulate and invite to make some comments at the podium is Mayor Ken Melamed from Resort Municipality of Whistler. Now they have an athletics village, they have a day lodge, Whistler Nordic competition venue, which is certified gold. They have a Whistler Athletic High Performance Center. They have a Whistler Sliding Center. The refrigeration building is gold. Certified gold. They've built some wonderful facilities up there. Whistler actually has a long history of sustainable design. It's not just with the Olympics. They've been working on with limited things like limited water, limited sewage capability, limited resources in a pristine environment. They've led by the mayor and council up there. They've been a green community for many years. So I'd like to welcome Ken up to make some comments.
Thank you very much, Peter, and thanks everyone for being here. And it's wonderful to be invited, and it really is an auspicious panel. We're amongst great company here, and as you've heard from many of the remarks, we are at the hub, maybe the epicenter, even though we're on the far west corner of the country, leadership in sustainable design. So it's really a privilege and an honor for us to be here. To talk about a little bit what Whistler, and I like to think, when I look at the panel, Whistler's kind of like the little town that could, or maybe it's the little town that dared. It's the little town that dared to draw a line in the sand and said, as a condition of our participation in the games, we are going to have a commitment to sustainability. And we were developing our high-level plan, the highest level plan that we have in our community, called Whistler 2020. It's a long-term community sustainability plan. It is founded on scientific principles. I think it's the only plan in the province, actually, that's founded on scientific principles for sustainability. It's as represented by a hierarchy. In other words, the economy is wholly owned subsidiary of our society and our environment. And this is our highest level principle, and it was the terms of engagement in the games. So it is logical to me that standing here today, 7 years after we won the bid, actually 8 years after we set our terms of engagement, that we are here and we have achieved what we said we would do. And I think that's a credit to everyone here. And we couldn't have done it without the great partnerships and the inspiration. And, we kind of push each other. We raise the bar on each other, and it's really fun that way. So Whistler has done LEED buildings. We haven't gone as far. Congratulations, Andrea. You guys have done a tremendous job. We do have the pilot project of the Athletes Village, LEED Neighborhood. Our library, which is going to be our hosting center, Whistler Canada Olympic House, is going to achieve LEED Gold. We have a fire hall, and we're starting to move towards mandatory green building. But as Andrea said, sustainability is much more than just energy efficiency. And I'd like to touch on a few of the social wins that we've had, which is the inclusion of First Nations in the bid in the games. First Nations had 50% of the construction contracts at the Whistler Olympic Park.